What's up, boys? Data782 here with episode 6 of Fixing the Franchise here in the 2020 playoffs, finding ourselves in round number 3, conference finals against the Florida Panthers. In the last episode, we made a big deal for Will Butcher, which propelled ourselves into the playoffs. We played against the Devils in round number 1, beating them in 5 games. Took on the Tampa Bay Lightning in round number 2, got past them in 6 games. And we now find ourselves against the Florida Panthers, who we will be taking on in this video. So for this video exclusively, I'm just going to be focusing on the playoffs. So either it'll be round 3 and then ending at the draft, or rounds 3 and 4 and moving towards the draft. And next episode will be the off-season / beginning of the season. So it'll either be a bit of a shorter or perhaps more of a longer episode today as we finish the playoffs and simulate through them. A suggestion that I received from a couple of people, mostly from my buddy Chris and Mikey. They're telling me thoughts about the second and third line that I was having last episode. Mostly about the plus minus of the second line. -5, -2, -4. Meanwhile, Brendan Gallagher has 10 points plus 9, Bukestad 8 points plus 4, Connor 6 points plus 6 on the second line. So I'm going to try moving Lehkonen and Bukestad up. I'm going to keep Connor down on the third line just to try and have things a bit more balanced. Because just moving the second line to the third line, it's still the same problems, just less ice time. So I'm going to try to see if that can help out. We'll see what happens with that. I don't want to stop whatever Gallagher's been doing. So if I see that he's not performing the same way, maybe I'll put them back together with Connor. I'm not sure. But for now, I will keep the lines like this, and we will begin simulating round number 3 in just a moment. Just want to refresh everyone's memory on the Florida Panthers. Panthers, a pretty deep team when it comes to, I think, forwards more than defense. Is that what we were saying? No, they're a good all-around team. Yeah, Mike Matheson on that second pair is really good for a two-way defender as well. They have a pretty solid team, especially in their top 6. Top 9 is very solid as well with Svechnikov there. He's a second-line forward already on that third line. Udo and Shaw, the former Canadiens. And, of course, between the pipes, Bobby Lou himself, 41 years old, had himself a good 37 and 27 season after a rough year last year. 6 shutouts, 920 save percentage. Bobby Lou will not be stopped. So with that taken care of, we will begin the simulation of game number 1 here in Montreal. Panthers, Canadiens, conference finals. See, let's just pause it right there. Gustav Nyquist on Carey Price. We need to get better at these I guess, opening minutes. Was it a power play goal? At 4. Gallagher tripping minor. That goes until 16:57. That was at 17:59. Yeah, that was definitely, yeah. So we have to be better. As a quick penalty by Gallagher and a quick goal by Nyquist. Got to be much more solid in these first few minutes. Let's continue simulation because we were having big problems with that last series and we pulled it out. Nyquist, another one. Is that another power play goal? Hold on. Gardner gets a. Hold on. Connor gets interference at 12:16. And 10:20. Yeah, that was it's back-to-back power play goals for Gustav Nyquist. Down 2-0 at the end of the first period. Okay, moving into the second period. Down 2-0. Outshot 14-7. Let's get one back. Nick Bukestad against his old team. Let's do something. Come on. 10 minutes left. Halfway through the period. Nothing happening. Shots back and forth. Spencer Connor, deep down in the crease, gets one past Bobby Lou. 2-1 game. Shots almost even. Minute left in the period, and that is it for the second. Moving into the third, shots tied at 19. 2-1 game for the Panthers. Can someone tie this game up? We need someone. Gotta stay out of the box. 2-1 game. Halfway through the period. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Gallagher, Bukestad, need that second line to step up and give me something. Spencer on that third line, I'm glad. 5 minutes left. Leading in shots now. Minute left. All right. Oh, okay. And we are headed to overtime. I thought something came up. But we are headed to overtime with Oh, what is... Wow. I was totally confused there. I thought that we had a goal for a second. Wow, I am totally confused. I thought it was a 2-2 game for some reason. I thought it was a 2-2 game. So we lose game number 1, 2-1. Bobby Lou stands on his head, and Nyquist gets a couple. And it's not the worst loss, that's for sure. But down 2-1 in game number 1. Definitely some stuff to build on. I'm not going to take it too hard. Let's move into game number 2. Canucks are leading their series against the Oilers 1-0. Okay. Glad to see Spencer Connor getting that goal on the third line. Good to see it. Seems that they're meshing. So let's move into game number 2. Canadiens and Panthers, 1-0 series lead for Florida. You don't. Quick goals. What are these quick goals? You don't getting one for his former team. First period ends 1-0. Udon has the lone goal for Florida. Another power play for Florida. Needs to get better on his penalty kill too. I don't know if that's what's happening. Lehkonen with a big one on that third line. Third line is coming through, but Barkov gets one back on Price. 2-1 game for Florida halfway through the period. Slightly outshot. Power play Montreal. Long power play. Yes, Galchenyuk gets it. Tied game at 2. Closing out the second period. And that will be it for the second period. Big goals from Lehkonen and Galchenyuk. Barkov got one back to give them the lead, but we tie it right back up a few minutes later. 2-2 game heading into the third period. Crucial game. It would be great to tie the series up and not have to think about going down. Bjugstad gets one on his old team, and Drouin gets another on that third line. 4-2 Montreal. And Gallagher. Just keep it coming, boys. Just keep it coming. 5-2 game halfway through the third period. This is fantastic. Scheifele finally gets... and Reimer's in nets now, too. So Bjugstad and Gallagher up on the second line are scoring. Drouin down on the third line is scoring. And this game ends 6-2. A huge statement game saying that we will not go gentle. Bjugstad goal and assist. Drouin goal and assist. Scheifele goal and assist. Fantastic night all around for Montreal. And this series is tied up at 1, moving to Florida. The Canucks have a 2-0 series lead over the Oilers. They are really a powerhouse in the season and in the playoffs. I think they've only lost one game so far in the playoffs because they swept their last series. So here we are, game number 3 against the Florida Panthers. Series tied at 1. First period, no scoring in the first. Outshooting the Panthers 14-8. Second period, 2 goals from Drouin and Connor. Kyle Connor, that is. It's that third line. I don't know what it was. They were getting destroyed on the second pair, but move Drouin and Lehkonen down with Connor, and they are getting goals in that third pairing. Kyle Connor up on the first line too, getting it done. Shots 26-18 moving into the third period with a 2-0 lead. Need Price to show some of those shades of the second round where he got back-to-back shutouts. 5-on-3 power play. Big power play goal for Scheifele. 3-0 game halfway through the third period. Keep it up, Carey. Boys, Jonathan Drouin from a crazy angle. 4-0 Montreal. Huge game. Huge game. 4-0 win. Price snatches the shutout. 29 save shutout. Couple goals for Drouin. Couple assists for Connor. This is fantastic stuff. The team is really moving well with those line changes. Really good to see. Galchenyuk 16 points in 14 games. Oilers get 1 in their series. They break the series to 2-1. Let's check the points out. I want to see also the plus-minus of... that's season stats. I want to see the plus-minus of the lines of the players that... Lehkonen and Drouin specifically. I went the playoff tree. And also has Sherbak's plus-minus gotten better on the second pair. So, Gallagher, 11 points in 14 games, playing well. Plus 11. Bjugstad, he's up to 5-5 with a plus 5 as well. Spencer Connor, goal and 8 assists, plus 10. Fantastic. Kyle Connor, 10 points. Lehkonen, down to a -1. Great to see that. And Drouin, I passed. He is a plus 2. Fantastic stuff. Everyone is meshing, playing well. Gardner, even the fourth line, McCarron, Delorier, Butcher, just holding things down with that plus 5. This team is really, really impressing me right now. Juleson plus 8 as well. So with that 2-1 series lead, let's move into game 4 as we look to take a 3-1, big 3-1 lead in this series. Big, my goodness, big quick goal for Drouin. Makes it 1-0 on Bobby Lou. I feel bad for Bobby Lou. 41 years old, 83 overall. The guy had a good year, but Montreal just really overpowering Florida offensively. First period ends with one for Barkov, which makes it a 1-1 game heading into the second. Second period, a goal for Montreal. Brendan Gallagher. My goodness, he will not be stopped. Heading to the third period, 2-1 Montreal. Shots 27-15. Third period, 5 minutes through, nothing happening. Halfway through, still a 2-1 game. Bobby Lou really playing strong. He has 32 saves on 34 shots so far. Price also doing well, but Florida needs to get more shots if they're going to crack him. And that game will end 2-1. Canadians take a 3-1 stranglehold. Bobby Lou, the first star. Feel bad for the guy. Really playing well. But Montreal, quick goals by Drouin Gallagher really sealed it, I guess. Man, how many goals is Gallagher up to now? Vancouver as well are up 3-0. It looks like Montreal and Vancouver are just on a collision course for the Stanley Cup Finals, man. Let's just check. I want to see Gallagher, man. 9 goals in 15 games. How many goals did he have this season? Season stats. He had 22 goals in 82 games, and now he has 9 goals in 15 games. This is crazy. He is really putting the team on his shoulders. The captain. Drouin 11 points, Scheifele 14 points, Galchenyuk 16 points in a leadership role this year as well, being an alternate captain. Fantastic stuff. So, and Vancouver beat Edmonton 6-1 in that game. Oh man, that's going to be a tough series. If we can get there, let's not count our chickens before they hatch. We move into Game 5 in Montreal, taking on the Florida Panthers to move on to the Stanley Cup Finals. This series is fixing the franchise. If we can get to the Stanley Cup Finals, Howard luck with a quick goal. And Scheifele answers right back to make it a 1-1 game. If we can get, fixing the franchise, we want the cup, but this franchise looks to be really fixed right now the way that they're playing. But can they close it out? That's what we need to see in the Cup Finals. But first got to get past Florida. First period comes to an end. 1-1 game. Shots 10-9 for Florida. Second period. Wow. See you in the Cup Finals, boys. Gallagher gets a quick one, his 10th of the playoffs. Mike McCarron gets one, his 3rd. Delorier, the 4th line coming through. And then Gallagher gets another. 11 goals in the playoffs, 3 goals in his last 2 games. I'm not sure how many in just against Florida. But it is 5-1 Montreal. 5 goals on 19 shots. Heading into the 3rd. Shots are pretty even, but the goals are not. Bukestad gets another. Reimer in nets now. 6-1 Montreal. Power play. 7 minutes left. Galchenyuk just rubbing salt in the wound. Slow down the speed a bit. 2.5 minutes. 2 minutes. Shots 35-27. Just going to intervene. Just want to see. Let's see us raise the conference championship. CPU versus CPU. Let's check this out. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the 3rd period here in Montreal. Canadians about to claim the Prince of Wales trophy on home soil with a 7-1 lead. Embarrassing the Florida Panthers in 5 games. Kyle Connor, a minute left in this game, dumps it in. 6. The fans are counting it down here in Montreal. And that is it. The Montreal Canadiens, the Eastern Conference champions. Prince of Wales trophy, 7-1 victory, 5-game win over the Florida Panthers. Captain Brendan Gallagher leading the way with the team on his shoulders. Feel bad for Florida, but really just outplayed them everywhere this series, except for that first game. Gallagher and Yandel, the 2 captains. Bukestad, the former Panther. Price and Reimer. There's Bobby Lou.
Now for the
Gallagher. Will he touch the Prince of Wales? He will not.
It
Gallagher,
goes to the
Bill
Eastern
Bailey, he
Conference
refuses it.
representative in the
Playoff
Stanley Cup
beard.
Final. And the fun part is, some years they touch it, and some years they don't.
See you
Let's
boys
see
in
here.
the Stanley Cup Final.
No, pass on that one.
So here we are at the end of our series. The Canucks and the Oilers look to be going to Game 6 as the Oilers won that last game 3-0. You can see in the top right corner, top right hand side. So they will be going to 6 games as the Oilers are fighting for their playoff lives. So let's advance a day. and then one more after that to see if we will be playing the Canucks or if that series will be going to 7 games. And the round is complete, so that means that the Montreal Canadiens will be facing the Vancouver Canucks in the Stanley Cup Final. They won 7-1 against Oilers in game number 6. So, wow, let us take a look at this championship team. They are really championship caliber. They are a fantastic team for the simulation, that's for sure as well. Wow, I'm surprised. There's no one with more than a point a game. Brock Besser, 14 points in 15 games at 88 overall. Fantastic shooting category. Good skater. Good defensively. Max Pacioretty, the former captain, who we shipped off to Winnipeg, who they couldn't sign, and was then signed by the Canucks on a $5.9 million deal for 6 years. He's at 5 goals, 9 assists. He looks good at 31 years old. Louis Eriksson, at 80 overall, 34 years old, is pitching in with 13 points this playoffs. Elias Pettersson, 21 years old, 89 overall. Makes a lot of sense over in EA. Brandon Sutter, 11 points, the 31-year-old, 78 overall. Bo Horvat, Sven Baertschi, Reed Boucher. Daniel Sedin wants the cup in his last season. Is Henrik still here? No, he retired. Oh, Daniel's still here. He wants that cup. Granlund, Virtanen is even okay. Ulevy, Goldobin. Yeah, very nice team over here in Vancouver. Let's check Thatcher Demko. Thatcher Demko, 12-3 with a .944 save percentage, 2 shutouts, 1.67 goals against average, compared to Carey Price, who has a 1.57 goals against average, .946 save percentage, and 3 shutouts. So this is definitely going to be a huge goaltending matchup. And checking our forwards as well. Moving into this series, Galchenyuk has over a point a game with 7 goals and 11 assists. Scheifele had a point a game. Gallagher, 11 goals in 14 games, really exploding offensively. Bugstad, Connor. Everyone a plus, it looks like, except for Lekin and Sherbak, but they're making it back. They were much more than that when we first made that line change. John Carlson always pitching with his assists. Spencer Connor, 9 points, plus 10. So these are 2 really good teams who are going to be going at it. Let's check the path to the finals. So the Canadiens, we win round 1 and 5, round 2 and 6, and round 3 and 5. Canucks, they win round 1 and 5, round 2 and 4, and round 3 and 6. So they are 4-8-12 and 3, and we are also, no, we are 12 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. So 12 and 3 versus a 12 and 4 team. Neither of us have really faced a ton of trouble. Aside from one series pushing us to 6 apiece, but this will really be a good series. I just want to see how their lines look as well. How do they match up their line? Where's Louis Eriksson playing that he's getting that many points? Eriksson, he's down on the 4th line. Wow, that's unheard of. Pacioretty, Pettersson, Besser, crazy first line. Baertschi, Bo Horvat, Virtanen, Goldobin, Granlund, Sedin on that 3rd line. Defensively, Ulevy and Tanev. Yeah, they have good plus minus. Yeah. Ulevy, good team. And who's their backup goalie here? Jacob Markstrom, who's also not bad, 85 overall. So they are very solid in the goaltending. So let us begin the simulation of round number 1. I believe they won the President's Trophy as well. They definitely have home ice advantage. Did they win the President's Trophy? No, they did not. The Jets beat them out. Wow, 113 points for the Jets, but the Canucks, 2nd in the league. So with that being said, here we are, May 20th, 2020. It has been 27 years since the Montreal Canadiens have been at this point. But we are back in the Stanley Cup Finals, all-Canadian matchup against the Vancouver Canucks. Let us begin simulation of game number 1 here in Vancouver. Quick goal for Artturi Lehkonen on Thatcher Demko, the first shot of the game for Montreal. Power play, nothing comes from it. Oh boy, gotta keep calm. Long series. Another power play. And another one from Kyle Connor. 2-0 Montreal. 2 quick ones. Power play goal for Kyle Connor makes it 2-0 Montreal. But Louis Eriksson, how does he do it? He's on that power play, I guess. Power play goal for Louis Eriksson. 2-1 game, shots 10-5 for Montreal. Heading into the second period. Connor on that first line, Lehkonen on that third line. It's getting done. My goodness. Second period, power play Montreal once again. Nothing comes. Kyle Connor, baby. And it's 3-1 Montreal. Connor's second of the game. Power play, nothing comes from that. I think that was another power play goal for another power play. Nothing. And it's a hat trick! Kyle Connor, baby! He gets the hat trick in Vancouver through 2 periods. He gets the hat trick, puts the team on his back. 4-1 Montreal. Thanks in large part, to Kyle Connor with the hat trick. 4-1 Montreal. Halfway through the third period. Holding on to it. Carey Price doing well. 20 saves on 21 shots. 3 minutes. 2 minutes. 1 minute. And that will conclude game number 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals. The Montreal Canadiens take a 4-1 win. Hat-trick from Connor. A big .958 save percentage night from Price. And 2 assists from Bjugstad. Huge, huge victory for the Montreal Canadiens as they take a 1-0 series lead here against the Vancouver Canucks in the Stanley Cup Finals. Game number 2 in Vancouver, looking to extend the lead. Can they continue the dominance? Kyle Connor, what a free agency pickup. For some reason, Spencer Connor took that faceoff. Chris Weidman gets the first goal of the game. Another quick one. There's always these quick goals. Nikita Sherbak ties it up at 1. 5-on-3 power play, 5-on-4, and nothing comes from it. Big penalty kill from Vancouver. Sherbak hasn't scored in a while. And Jake Gardiner, Jake the Snake, his second goal of the playoffs. 2-1 Montreal. Another big pickup. Free agency. That is the end of the first. Shots 14-11 for Montreal. Heading into the second period. 2-1 game. Power play Vancouver. Nothing comes from it. Shots very even. Power play Montreal. Nothing from there. Very strong penalty kill this series thus far for the Canucks. Aside from Connor's, I believe, 2 goals in the last game that were both on the power play. 3 minutes. Power play for Vancouver. 5-on-3, 5-on-4. Montreal kills it off. Shots 24-22 Montreal heading into the third period. Holding on to a 1-goal lead. 2-1 Montreal. 5 minutes in. Power play. 5-on-3. Nikita Sherbak makes it 3-1 with his second goal of the night. 30 shots. 3 goals. Demko trying to keep above that 900 line. 5 minutes left in this third period. 2-1. A goal for Jake Virtanen, but it will not be enough as the Montreal Canadiens take game number 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals on the back of Nikita Sherbak. Another big night for Price as well. 2 goals for Sherbak. 3-2 win to put the Canadiens up 2-0 in this series. Headed back to Montreal. The fans are going nuts in the city. The Bell Center is exploding. 2 big wins in Vancouver, and the Canadiens have a 2-0 series lead coming in to game number 3. Let's do it. First period, first sniff of the Stanley Cup Finals for Montreal fans since '93. Power play Vancouver's killed off. Granlund gets one on Price to make it a 1-0 game. Simulate this first period. Ends at 1-0. Shots 13-12 for Vancouver. Second period. Very even in the shots. Nothing coming. Demko, very solid. Price staying solid as well. The goaltender. This is what I expected in the goaltender matchup. This is what people thought that they would see when it came to Thatcher Demko and Carey Price. Very even shots. Very even outcome. No penalties on either side. Shots 25 apiece. Headed into this third period. Vancouver holding on for life, but Kirby Reichel, the fourth line coming through, a 1-1 game. Power play Vancouver killed off by Montreal. Halfway through the third period, Max Pacioretty on his old friends gets one by his old buddy Carey. 2-1 Vancouver. 5 minutes left in the third period. Come on, boys, let's tie it up. 2-1. And it will not be enough. Pacioretty gets the game winner on Carey Price. Claims the third star for himself. Demko, very solid night. Price playing well as well, but it wasn't enough. Vancouver gets one in this series to make the series 2-1 for Montreal. headed back, still staying in Montreal for game number 4, as the Canadiens look to take a 3-1 lead and possibly have a chance at winning the Cup in Vancouver. But let us think about that when it comes. Game number 3, don't want to tie up the series, want to take a series lead. First period, Montreal game number 4. Oh, Reed Boucher gets one on Price from behind the blue line. But Michael McCarron, the fourth line is coming through. Delorier, Reichel, McCarron, 1-1 game. Chris Tanev gets one. Another far one on Price. And Max Pacioretty finishes off the period with another 3-1 Vancouver. Which net are they scoring on? So not only did Boucher score from behind the blue line, it was behind the red line that he scored his goal. Price looking shaky. 2 far goals and 1 far angle. 3 goals on 7 shots he's allowed. Really needs to get solid. Spencer Connor really providing support. Price needs to just hold it down now, and we need to support him offensively. Spencer Connor with a big goal. Halfway through the second, shots are even. 3-2 for Vancouver. Really would be nice to get a tying goal headed into the third period. 2 minutes, 1 minute, and nothing will come from either side in the third period except for that Connor goal 33 seconds in. Headed into the third period, shots 23-19 for Montreal. 3-2 lead for Vancouver. Power play Vancouver killed off. Really need a big goal. Who is going to step up? Where has Gallagher been? Nikita Scherbak stepping up big to tie up this game. And then another big penalty kill for Montreal. Game tied at 3. Gallagher, haven't seen much in this series. Scherbak, a huge goal. And Galchenyuk makes it 4-3 in the third period. 1 minute left, and that is it! We are headed to game number 5 with a 3-1 series lead. Alex Galchenyuk with 3 minutes left in the third period, right from the top of the circle, makes it a 4-3 game, and they would hang on. What a huge, huge victory. Down 3-2, Scherbak and Galchenyuk. On that second line, Scherbak, Galchenyuk on that first line. Makes it a 4-3 game, and the Canadiens take the... missed the 3 stars, my apologies. But it is a 3-1 series lead for the Montreal Canadiens. Galchenyuk, 21 points. Big game for him. The Montreal Canadiens have a chance to just close it out in Vancouver. They're riding in Vancouver. Can the Montreal Canadiens, May 28th, 2020, take the Stanley Cup for the first time in 27 years? Here we go. First period. First shot only came 3.5 minutes in. Daniel Sedin gets a quick one. He does not want to go quietly. Daniel Sedin makes it 1-0 halfway through the first period. Not many shots for Montreal. They're closing down defensively, which is expected, especially in front of their hometown fans. Second period, shots 12-7 for Vancouver. 1-0 lead remains. Power play for Montreal, the first penalty of the game. Nothing comes from it. Shots very even halfway through the second. No goals except for that first one back and the opening minutes of the first period from Daniel Sedin. And it looks like the second period will close out still at a 1-0 game. Shots 18-17. Demko standing tall. 1-0 lead for Vancouver. Brock Besser gets another, makes it 2-0. They really do not want to lose, especially on home ice. Power play Montreal. Nothing comes from it. Halfway through the third now. Vancouver leading slightly in shots. 2-0 game. 5 minutes left in the third. And I believe that will be it. Yes, the Vancouver Canucks shut out the Canadiens. Thatcher Demko showing why he was one of the top goaltenders this season. 23 save shutout. Price 28 saves on 30 shots wasn't enough. Sedin with the game winner. But we are headed back to Montreal for game number 6. Just wanted to quickly save the file and get some water as we move in to game number 6, May 30th, 2020 in Montreal. 3-2 series lead for the Canadiens. They have a chance to claim the Stanley Cup. Will they be able to close it out in Montreal against the Canucks? First period, halfway through, conservative first period so far. Power play Vancouver, killed off by Montreal. 5 minutes left, shots are even. Power play Montreal, nothing comes. Both teams strong penalty kills, and heading into the second period, shots are 11-9 for Vancouver. This is the defensive goaltending matchup that we all expected. Power play Montreal, a few shots but nothing would get past Thatcher Demko. Power play Vancouver right back, nothing goes by Carey Price. 5 minutes left in the second period, and Reed Boucher gets the first on the 21st shot of the game for Vancouver, and Pacioretty gets another. Oh, Maron, heading in to the third period, 2-0 Vancouver lead. Shots 25-16 for Vancouver. Need to wake up offensively. Come on, boys. Allez, les boys, allez! Come on, let's get it done. Power play Montreal. I can't do it. Brendan Gallagher, let's go. Power play Vancouver. Another one from Galchenyuk. This game is tied at 2. Oh, Maron. And Brock Besser gets one more, though. 10 minutes left in the third. Let me slow this down a bit. 7 minutes left in the third. 3-2 Vancouver. Gallagher and Galchenyuk with 2 big goals. 5 minutes left. 3-2 game. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. 1.5. Oh, Maron. We are headed to a Game 7 in Vancouver. Pacioretty killing the hopes of Montreal Canadiens fans. Scheifele 2 assists, big goal from Galchenyuk, big goal from Gallagher, but just couldn't get it. 22 points in 22 games for Galchenyuk. Oh, Maron, we are headed to game number 7 for the Stanley Cup, from a 3-1 series lead to 3-3. Choking, boys, come on. We can do this. We can do this. Montreal and Vancouver. Game number 7 in Vancouver. Who will take home the Stanley Cup? It's in the building and someone's taking it. First period. Brock Besser gets an early one on Price. Power play Vancouver. Come on, boys. Come on. 10 minutes left in the first. Let's wake up. Besser really waking up these last few games. 5 minutes left in the first. Leading in shots. Demko on his head. Spencer Connor gets a big one. Headed into the second period with a tie game. Spencer Connor, my man. 14-9 of the shots from Montreal. Second period tied at 1. 40-minute game. Here we go. Power play for Vancouver. Killed off. Yes, boys. Let's do this. Halfway through the second period. Game is half over. 1-1 game. 5 minutes left in the second period. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Elias Pettersson with his first of the series. Oh, no. Boys. Shots 24-18. It is a 2-1 Vancouver game. We know how to get past Demko. We can get past him. Price, you got to stand up, big boy. Butcher, all these... Gardner, Carlson, defense. I need you to stay solid. Gallagher, Galchenyuk, Scheifele, Bugstad, Sherbak, Lehkonen, Connor, even the fourth line, McCarron, Delorier, Reichel. Let's do this, boys. Let's do this. Don't let it slip through your fingers. We can do this. Third period. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. 3 minutes in. Shots 25-20. Power play. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. 5-on-3. Come on. Oh, 5-on-3 on court. Another 5-on-3. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. What just happened? What? 3 penalties in a row. Hooking, high sticking. We didn't capitalize. Shots are 34-21. Look at these shots. Reichel, Connor, Sherbak, Lehkonen, Scheifele, Carl. Look at the map on the right. Look at all the shots. Ay, boys, come on. We can do this. We can do this. Come on. Halfway through the third. Destroying them in shots. We have almost 40 shots. Almost double. Ay. Come on, boys. 5 minutes left. I'm going to pause it right there. Gallagher, let's go! Let's go! Oh my goodness. Pause. Oh my goodness. I was about to go intervene. Brendan Gallagher, the captain. Yes! Brendan Gallagher. 40 shots are 40-26. Power play Montreal. Oh, Maron. Let's go watch this, boys. Gallagher, the captain. It doesn't get any more clutch than that. Gallagher against his hometown team, the Vancouver Canucks, in Vancouver, gets a critical goal. Oh my, it's a 2-2 game with about 2.5 left in the third period. Game 7, Stanley Cup Final. Doesn't get more dramatic than this. Get the popcorn, boys. Let's see
if
Game
you're just with us,
7.
It's been a tremendous bit of hockey so far.
Oh my
and more to
goodness,
come.
2:40 left in the third. Bugstad at the face-off. Bugstad wins it. Lehkonen to Sherbak. Oh my, it's true, it's a power play. I was wondering why Lehkonen was there. Butcher to Lehkonen. Up to Bugstad. Bugstad to Sherbak. Oh, Demko stays it. Sherbak, come on, boys. Get one, then shut it down. Tanev clears it down. No editing. Straight simulation. I'm not editing any of this out. Lehkonen to Butcher. Up to Bugstad. Bugstad across to Sherbak. Nikita. Shoot. Oh, Demko gets it in his glove. 2:07 left in the third and 1:19 left in the power play. Gallagher, he's leading in goals of active players, that is. McDavid with 13 before he got eliminated last series. Galchenyuk. Sure, Shifley at the face-off. With Galchenyuk and Drew on his wings. To Gardner. Oh, glove save from Demko. Oh, boys, come on. 2:04 left. Oh, big shots. Pacioretty, there he is with his beard. Oh, Maron. Galchenyuk, Shifley, and Drouin. Let's go, boys. Pedersen and Granlund on the penalty kill. Shifley, big win. Gardner. Oh, what are you doing, Bello? Oh, come on. Here's Carlson. Up to Shifley. Shifley, the big three's coming in. Shifley to Carlson. Oh, he's destroyed by Shifley. And he puts it in! He puts it in! Shifley! It's 3-2 Montreal! A minute 48 left in the third period. What just happened? EA cheese. I love it. Gardner, he hits him. He takes the puck. He tries to give it to Demko to cover up, but Shifley says no, and he digs in. Oh my goodness. With a minute 48 left in the third, Shifley's 6th of the playoffs on the power play, assisted by Carlson, who got hit down. But then Shifley digging in the crease. Whistle didn't go. That's old-time hockey. Mete hits him off the puck. Kyle Connor. Kyle Connor. A minute left. 3-2. Hold on to it, boys. Hold on to it. 3-2. Here's Barshi. He's hit hard. Kyle Connor. Connor turns. Here's a chance for Connor. Oh, the Winnipeg boys. Connor and Shifley. Vertanen. 40 seconds. Come on, boys. They're pulling their goalie. Barshi. Close it down. Close it down, Galchenyuk. Come on. Stretcher. Edler. To Barshi. Oh my goodness. Big. But what is this, EA garbage? Second goal this playoffs? 2 goals the entire playoffs, and it comes on a crazy angle shot like that? Are you serious? Price, where are those rebound control? Get the angles. Come on. 3-3 game, 30 seconds left. They couldn't hold on. Morte de femme, come on. Okay, all right. Pacioretty. To Tanev, don't you dare. Tanev, broken up. Hit by Carlson. Delayed penalty? What? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Show me the penalty, ref. Show it to me.
It's 2 minutes for interference.
Interference.
You got to play with controlled emotion.
The puck is right there. Interference. And the green men are there too in the A. Go to bed.
Oftentimes it's not your percentage on the
come
power
on,
play,
boys.
but
Close
when
it
you
off.
do get one that makes the biggest difference.
Come on, get it to overtime.
That might be the case right here.
Shifley, win it. Pacioretty off the post. If he'd scored the goal with 10 seconds left to end it, that would have lost my mind.
Vancouver's in their own end and shifting gears.
We'll leave you 4 seconds. Besser, Pacioretty, and that'll be it. We are headed to Game 7 overtime. Next goal wins the Stanley Cup. It doesn't get more dramatic than this. Aye.
For the Canadiens and 29.
Alright, guys, be a lot more quiet because my family's in bed. But who cares when it's the Stanley Cup Finals, bro? Shots 44-29. Game 7 overtime. The winner, the next goal wins the Stanley Cup. Let's do it. Oh no. Hopefully it won't take till halfway through double overtime like my last simulations of Tampa Bay. Carlson in the box. Let's do this.
The Canucks special teams
Solid
are pretty good.
boys.
Let's see
Come
how their
on.
power play
Sierra,
does here as it continues into this period.
Goal. Jubilation. Playing with it. Dangerously. Okay.
The power play unit has to recoil and try yet again. He is shut right off.
Oh, that is a bone crusher, Doc. He went right over top of him.
Ready?
Score! The Stanley Cup winning goal in overtime!
But how can it be that I get an interference penalty because the guy who has the puck, then he loses it for a second, but the puck's still there, gets pushed. A little push. Game 7 with 30 seconds left. You're gonna call that? It's a penalty, huh? Because me, I took a two-handed slash to his head. That's the equivalency, right?
Teams are exhausted.
Definitely gotta
as they
call
line
that.
up for one of the oldest traditions in our sport, the handshake at the end of the series. You don't always like the player that you're shaking hands with, but you have respect for the series that you've just played.
No respect. Makes no sense. 4 goals on 30 shots. Demko, he's a piece of garbage, and then he stands on his head at the end of the series. No sense at all. No sense at all. Retired players. Sedin goes out with his cup. Spezza, Camilleri, Plekanec. 74 overall. How do you find a team this guy? Goalies. Niemi. Trade. Who am I put on the trade block? You dense. Why would I put them on the block? Scheifele 90, Carlson 90, Drew 87. Everyone's dropping overall now. Galchenyuk, he has a third of a bar of trade value. Makes 0 sense. I'm not even gonna look at this. Also, just before we wrap up, let's check the awards. Cup, Canucks, Prince of Wales, Montreal. Art Ross, Pedersen, Hart, Kopitar, James Norris, Doughty, Lady Bing, Pedersen, Calder, Brady Tkachuk, Conn Smythe, Demko, Vezina, Quick, Jennings, Bobrovsky, Masterton, Zadorov, Selke, McDavid, Lindsay, Kopitar, Richard, Sagan. AHL, anything for Laval. There's a lot of team awards. Nothing. See you in the next one, boys.